Hey everybody, today's chat's going to be about a Warhammer campaign that myself and 5 other fellows are doing, largely based upon this Blood in the Badlands, which was produced by Games Workshop about 3, maybe 4 years ago. So this was kind of spawned out of a game that we had as a Triumph and Treachery game, and there was a bunch of us there and decided that we should probably play some Warhammer on a regular basis, but with some more meaning. So getting a few committed guys together is the first key point that we had to come up with. And then secondly, it came to me to think of a way that we could make this all happen in the form of a campaign. So I went looking through some resources, and this is the one that I settled on. Now the campaign itself uses a map from the Mighty Empires tiles, which I have. I'll show you my map in a second, but just thought I'd show you this one to see what it looks like from out of the book. Played over the course of 4 seasons, and we have elected to do 2 turns per season, so it'll be 8 overall. There's an important reason for why we selected to do it that way instead of like they suggest in here, is to do 3 turns plus an end of season turn rather. And that's just because it's important to keep things short. We don't want something that drags on and on and on forever, because that's where things tend to fall apart. Now another thing to show you here is that we've got little tokens that are going to mark out your armies as they move around on the map. We've selected to do things that are thematic for our own armies, of course, to mark them out on there, and that'll add to the flags that mark the territory that you own. Another important thing that goes on is there's a random events table, which we do once per season, so 4 times throughout the campaign. And these can be anywhere from, like this one up here, for example, a little spoiler. This happened to me in the first one. I was plagued and my fortress was removed from the field before we even started, all the way up to gaining movement, or you can move your armies again, get extra points for the next battle, and things of that nature. Other things that happen is the post-game sequence, and this is where your characters come into play. When you win a battle, you roll on that table, and it could be beneficial to you, like you can gain extra points to your army for the next battle. One of your armies could turn into a regiment or renown and gain some abilities, but you can also find magic items and extra abilities on your heroes. Now equally, on the other side, when you lose, common thing that we've had come up so far is that you fear your enemy in the next battle. Sometimes units can't perform in the next battle, or they do so poorly. And then lastly, if your character is killed during a battle, then you would roll here on this table to see if ultimately you become dead or suffer some kind of injury. You can be captured by the enemy as well. That is bad. But these kind of things right here is really what adds flavor to a campaign, that you're actually tracking something from one game to the next, not just the map that you're playing on. So now let's go have a look at the map itself. So we started off with territories that kind of crouched around the perimeters of the island. Over here, these are yellow lizardmen counters. Another lizardmen army settled in blue there, and that's me in the top side with my red marked Skaven Empire. Spanning across the field, up in the upper hand, they are greenskin orcs, some warriors of chaos, and then at the very south corner, these are where the elves have made their camp. Now we've done one kind of turn of movement with the flags already, and I don't have the tokens on the board to show you, but there is 2 other key elements that are going to play a part in the campaign later. One of them is right here, and this is in the middle of the swamps. We're going to fight a group battle for claiming this particular territory a little bit later on. And then further through the season, we are going to fight another battle for this particular territory. Otherwise, in the meantime, those 2 things are off limits for conquering. I think that what I intend to do to follow this up is we're going to do a little bit of an introductory video to introduce you to the different tokens and characters and guys that are partaking, and then we'll do a round wrap up every time. So people, that's a brief teaser of what we got going on. Stay tuned for more on the Lost Isle of Elithis as we go along through the next few weeks. See you again later.